Whether we put the international collective action together or not is a much more difficult call. And it could be very hard to do, but it seems to me that not trying is the best way to ensure it doesn't happen.
It's worth saying that obviously it's the Foreign Secretary's #1 priority, and here it's perhaps worth saying how we hope that posts and indeed departments here in London will use the report. It provides, as Nick has just said, it generated a huge amount of interest and attention internationally at the moment of launch. And the posts around the globe now have a key role, I think, in identifying how they can use the report to reach out to constituencies who haven't perhaps been as engaged in the debate as we would wish, and yet have the potential to exert real pressure and effect real political change in their particular country. So it's how posts can use the report to get people outside the environmental circles actually engaged on the subject, how you can use the report to speak to people who are responsible for policies on economic growth in a particular country, who are responsible for poverty reduction, to use it to reach out to the business community and begin to discuss with your local business community what the report says about the business opportunities that are there for them, and begin to try and affect the way in which they approach their investment decisions and the way in which they speak to their governments about setting up the right policy and regulatory frameworks that are going to encourage them to take the low-carbon investment decisions in the future. So I think that's the very specific role that posts have in exploiting the tool that the report actually is. I think we've perhaps got room for one more question before you need to leave. Is that okay?
Maximum, yes.
Yeah. Okay, right. One more maximum question. So it better be a good one. Who's going to be brave enough to ask it? No. Well, we've exhausted all of the questions then. It really only remains, therefore, for me to thank Nick for coming along, and to Siobhan and Suline, because I know that you've got an incredibly hectic schedule. You've had a hectic schedule leading up to the launch, and that it hasn't, the pace hasn't slackened since then. Posts are looking forward, I think, to the visits that you're going to be making over the next weeks and months, and are winding themselves up to maximise that opportunity and to ensure that you get as much exposure as we can possibly generate. And we look forward to working with you and for you in the next year.
Thanks
very much indeed.
Thank you.